Today we will be teaching a CANSAIL 1-2 lesson on launching and docking your boat. This lesson will be split up into two sections, launching the boat and docking the boat. The objective for this lesson is to be able to safely and consistently launch and dock dinghies in any given weather condition in under 10 minutes. So the first part we will be going over is preparing how to launch your boat. So in preparation to launch your boat, what are some things that you would need to do?
Bring your boat to the water.
But first, before we do that, what's something that you might need to do yourself?
Put on the right clothes.
Yes, you would need to get your gear. So you would prepare the correct gear for the given weather of that day, depending if it was a cold day, a hot day, heavy wind, light wind, you would dress appropriately for that day. And then before you take your boat to the water, what do you need to do?
I'm not sure.
Well, before you go to the water, you should probably rig up your boat for the day. Rig up your boat to go sailing for those conditions. So rig your boat is the second step. And as you said earlier, after you've gotten dressed, after you've rigged up your boat, you should take your boat to the dock when it's clear. So then take boat to dock. Right? So after you do those three steps and you prepare, you should be good to launch your boat into the water. So once you've got your boat at the dock, there are a few important things that you need to do in order to properly do the task. So the first task is to pull your boat as close to the edge as you possibly can on the dolly so that the stern of the boat hangs off the edge of the dock. When you have the space behind the boat, what you can do is you can put the rudder in before you launch the boat to make your job easier once you have the boat in the water. So now you have your boat on the dock at the edge with your rudder in. So then at this point, you are prepared to go and launch your boat into the water. However, it is very important that you do it the right way and that you have the right technique when you're launching your boat. So when you're launching your boat, you want to go to the front of the boat and secure the dolly with your legs. Grab the front of the boat, lift it up into the air so it is sitting at about a 30-degree angle to the dolly, and then slowly you want to ease it into the water. Once the boat makes contact with the water, you lower the bow of the boat onto the water, and then at this point, you simply can go turn your boat sideways so you are standing beside the cockpit, and then you're ready to start to prepare the boat to actually sail away from the dock. So once you have the boat turned sideways from you at the dock, then you can go, put your dagger board in, make sure all your controls are right, make sure the boat is set up for the right conditions, slowly step in your boat safely while holding on to the dock, and then you can go, turn the boat away, sheet in, and start sailing for the day. If any of these tasks are difficult, if you have a hard time lowering the boat, if you have the hard time holding the dolly when you're launching the boat, you can always get a friend to help you, always get an instructor to come and help you, and they can assist you when you're doing this. So I'm just going to ask you a couple questions here. So when you're launching the boat, what do you need to do before you go and actually put the boat into the water?
We need to have the right gear.
Yes.
We need to prepare our boat for the right conditions.
Correct.
And we need to bring our boat to the dock.
So once it's at the dock, what do you need to do?
Once it's at the dock, we need to place the dolly at the edge of the dock and make sure that there's no one around.
Correct.
And we need to push it the stern a little off the edge of the dock so we can put the rudder in.
Yep.
And then once you do that, you can lift up the dolly at the front of the boat, and it will go into the water easily. And once it's in the water, you can put in the dagger board.
Perfect.
And turn it to the. It should be turned to the side.
Exactly. And once you've done all these things, you can launch. You're launched. Your boat's ready, and you can sail away and go through the drills for the day. So then, let's say you're done for the day. The coach has called the day off, and it's time to head in. So now we have to get the boat out of the water. So this is done in two parts. First, you need to dock the boat and stop it safely at the dock, and then pull the boat out of the water. So the first part of this is docking the boat. So this is done in two steps. So what do you think you would need to do before you actually take the boat to the dock?
Make sure the dock is clear.
Yep, that would be something to do. What else would you want to do?
I'm not sure.
How would you approach the dock? Would you approach the dock straight on, or would you try to approach it in a more soft angle?
Probably the soft angle.
Yeah, so what you want to do is, when you're coming into the dock, you want to come in at an angle where you can easily stop yourself at the dock. Because if you're coming in head on, it's not safe. You might hit the dock, you might wreck your boat, you might injure yourself. So in order to be safe, you should try to come in typically at a 45-degree angle, and as you get closer to the dock, steer the boat away from the dock, so at the moment of where you would impact, you are parallel to the dock. Another important thing to make sure you do is, before you go, make sure you are very slow, so that when you get to the dock, you can grab yourself and stop yourself very easily without going quickly, because some of these docks may be wooden, there may be splinters, and you do not want to be grabbing onto this very quickly. If you are uncomfortable with this, if you don't feel confident, or if the conditions are a little bit on the windier side, you can try to get someone at the dock before you come in. So you would luff around the dock and make sure that there's someone there who has acknowledged you and is going to stop you once you come to the dock, and then slowly come into them, just luff towards them, and they will grab your boat, help you get so you're parallel, and then you can get out of the boat. So then once you've gotten out of the boat, from the dock, you can simply go, grab your dagger board, pull it out, put it down inside your boat, and then you are ready to pull the boat out. So then, from the side, you need to make sure your dolly is in position, and then turn it so that the boat is actually facing the dock. Once the boat is facing the dock, then you can grab it by the bow, and you are now, at this point, ready to lift the boat out of the water. However, one thing that is very important when it comes to lifting the boat out of the water is your back posture and safety, because when you are lifting the boat out of the water, there is a little bit of a risk that if you're not in the good form, that you could throw your back. So in order to educate you, I'm going to show you a short 1-minute clip where a lady explains proper back posture when lifting heavy objects.
Many people come in with back injuries because they lifted something and didn't do it correctly. So today I'm going to show you the correct technique for lifting heavy objects. Let's get going. Lifting can really cause a lot of problems in the back. I see so many times people come in with back injuries because they didn't know how to lift something. A lot of people try and lift with their back, but you really want to lift with your legs. I know people have heard that all the time, but they don't know exactly how to do it. Spread your feet out a little bit, little past shoulder width apart, so that gives you a good, stable base. Then, kick your booty back. If you're squatting down and your knees are going way in front of your toes, that's just as bad as lifting from your back. So stick your bottom back, grab what you got, and lift with your legs. Going back down, and coming back up. So if I was going down this way, my knees would get in the way anyways, but that hurts. So sticking the bottom back, squatting down, lifting up.
So while that video, she was picking up a box rather than pulling a boat out of the water, the same principles apply. when you're pulling a boat out of the water, you want to bend over properly with your back in a safe position. You want to grab the boat by the bow and lift it up to your shoulders, and then press the boat down and pull it to the front of the dolly. So this can be a difficult task on your own because the boat can be heavy, especially if you have a boat such as a 420 rather than Optimus. It can be difficult to lift out on your own. You might need a second or third person to help you. But nonetheless, the principle remains the same. So right now, I'm just going to demonstrate proper back posture of bending down and lifting something up. And then you are going to emulate this, and we're going to quickly role play you lifting something out of the water. So when you are lifting something out of the water, as the lady showed, you don't want to bend over with a rounded back and try to lift the boat out like this. Even if you're very strong, you will injure your lower back. So when you are going down, you want to shoot your butt back, grab it, keeping your back flat, and then lift it up and pull the boat up to here. Then at this point, you would step back, press down, and get the boat on the dolly. So could you come and demonstrate for me what you think that would look like?
So I'd grab the boat,
Yeah.
and then stick my bottom out, grab the boat, and lift the straight back up to my shoulders, and take a step back and push it onto the dolly.
That would be correct. And the key point is the flat back. Because if you have the flat back, there is no risk of injury. At that point, you are safely doing it, and you will be totally fine. And then at this point, once you have the boat on the dolly, you can go to the back, unclip the rudder, pull it out, and you're done for the day. You can go de-rig, get changed, debrief, and head home for the day. So to recap, the 4 parts of launching and docking a boat are: first, you need to prepare to launch. So to do this, you need to get the right gear on, get the right rigging, and bring your boat to a clear open dock. Then, once you get to the dock, you bring your boat to the edge, put the rudder in, and launch the boat, slowly letting the boat slide into the water off the dolly. Then, when you're coming back in and docking, you want to either slowly come in yourself at a 45-degree angle and stop if it's a light wind day. If it's a heavy wind day, you can get someone to help you and catch you at the dock, but still come in slowly to make their life easier. And then take your dagger board out, turn the boat perpendicular to the dock, and pull the boat out of the water, while making sure that your back is set properly, and you pull the boat and set it down. You can do this with the help of someone else, get them to help you take your rudder out, and then you are done for the day. And that's how you launch and dock a boat.